Hey, thanks for checking out one of my YouTube videos. I love being able to provide you guys with unique astrological interpretations. What I'd like is a little bit of help and support to continue to do so. I provided a link down below to my Patreon page. Check that out. You can see my goals, the plans that I have in store for my YouTube channel, and hopefully lend some support. Thanks for watching, you guys. Hey everybody, my name is Seth, and today I'm going to be talking about Cancer in the 4th house. So, if you have Cancer in the 4th house, this is a pretty typical alignment for a Aries ascendant. Everything's kind of lining up in their own places. I think it's a very karmic alignment because I think it really brings out the planets. Because now, anywhere that the planets sit, it's very strong. And definitely, if you have a planet sitting in a sign that it rules, also in a house that it rules. This is the karmic lessons are kind of brought to a peak here wherever the planets sit, and then kind of beyond that peak if they're sitting in a house and sign that they also rule. So it's just very much you're learning the basics in great detail compared to everyone else. So with Cancer sitting in your 4th house, you see that understanding of Cancer to a different level, where it's clearly you are more than just the person that wants to have a nice home and be the housewife or the husband who has like tons of kids. You want to be more than that. You actually start to understand what it means to have a home, and you might actually really dive into what it means to have family when it's beyond your own bloodline, because I honestly don't feel like the attention to bloodline doesn't really come into the 5th house. The idea of family and what it feels like to have a family is what the 4th house is all about. And I think you guys with this native placement know what I'm talking about. And it's the idea of building a place with emotional comfort, physical stability, and really spiritual protection. It's the culmination of everything that just came before it in balance. The 1st house, the 2nd house, 3rd house. Put that all together in the right balance and you get the 4th. You get a home, you get a family, you get people that can communicate with each other, people that are excited for each other, can motivate each other, and people that protect and keep each other comfortable and stable and grounded. It's all these things all put together in this one place. For you, this is something that you have a natural inclination for. You most likely have a natural ability to create it because your family life gave you the tools or gave you the image of what it means to you. Now, we're dealing with moody, very emotional, climate changing, every other day there's the moon's in a different place, Cancer. So it's not like you had the perfect upbringing that gave you all these examples. That's not the case. It's the case that the upbringing that you did have a lot of emphasis on something. It's the groundwork for what you feel like a good family is. And then there was a lot of turmoil, a lot of turbulence, a lot of erraticness, and other parts of your upbringing. And that showed you what a family should be, what you wanted to improve on your own. Now, there's strong attachments to your family, so you definitely don't look down on them, but you do have an Aries ascendant. You know what needs to be better, and you know how to get it. So you see where the improvements need to be made, and you see where the mistakes happened, and you for sure do not plan on repeating them. So there's a combination here of what you loved about your upbringing and what you want to improve about your upbringing. And that's what you're going to bring into this new family, into this new life. You're going to definitely bring your family with you, but there's a separation. Once you become an adult, you're going to have to recreate it on your own. And your family will be a part of it, but it's going to be yours. And you really understand that, again, with this Aries ascendant. It needs to be yours. You need to facilitate it. You need to create it and start it. So now you really get to see the beginnings of why you have Capricorn midheaven to begin with, because no one's going to hand you these things. And you're going to spend a lot of time at home and growing up figuring out what you want. You're going to grow up craving a lot of things. And Aries doesn't do well with cravings. Cravings are only supposed to last a second because that's how long it takes for you to go and get it. That's how you're going to feel. So for you to get this family that you want, for you to cultivate these ties and this emotional thing that is going to become the home life that you want, you're going to have to go out and get it. And you're going to spend a lot of time at home building up the craving to go out and get it. You're going to spend a lot of time at home figuring out what you can do to go out and get it. What is it that you need to feed this thing that you want? And then you're going to step into the outside world where people don't have to like you, where people don't have to love you, and it's going to be very hard, and it's going to hurt a lot right off the bat. But you're going to adapt. And you're going to go into this outside world, and you're going to realize that I have to work. I have to work so I can get money, so I can buy this home, and that's just where to start. I have to work on my personality. I have to be nice to people, or be more tough with people, or I have to be more conversational. You're going to start to analyze yourself and start making reasonable, practical improvements to who you are and what you're doing so you can get closer and closer to what it is sitting in your fourth house that you want. There's a drive sitting on your ascendant, and there's a goal sitting on your midheaven. And that goal is just leading right back down to your fourth house. So you're almost climbing a ladder down, if that makes sense. But for you, that's the way life is going to go. Now, the funny thing about it is that once you get into the outside world, people are going to think you're all corporate all the time. Even you might start to feel that way. But it's only because you might end up forgetting what your goal is in the first place. You may become this sort of very task-oriented, goal-oriented, corporate lifestyle sort of person, like money, 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 security, 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 work, work, work. But nobody does all of that for nothing. Someone who's working that hard and doing this much stuff is because they want to feed something. They have comfort that they want. They want security that they need. There is something that they are working towards. And for you, it's your fourth house. But when it comes to the outside world, they might not care. What they're paying attention to is what you have. And funny about it, you're going to end up with this banging ass house and this nice ass family, and then eventually that'll become your image, because the house will get so big that people can't ignore it. The family will get so pretty or dazzling that people can't ignore it. It'll become a focal point. But you're going to have to work at that too. So you really get to see that it's kind of cut and dry. The fourth house is very much about what the fourth house is about. The 10th house is very much about what the 10th house is about. What you're discovering as a native is their connection, and why we do the things we do, and why we have this drive to secure ourselves and to secure our life, and why work is a lot more than just making money. It's about working on yourself. It's about working on your own image, and maybe your image doesn't need to be different than who you are. Maybe the work that you put into your family is why your family got this image that it got, because you worked at that and you made sure you gave them everything you could. And that's why they look like they're on such a pedestal, because you built that fucking pedestal and you gathered the crowd and you created this situation. And that's why it doesn't just fall into your lap. It doesn't just happen that way. It's labor out of love. And that becomes kind of your theme with this placement. So yeah, that is Cancer in the fourth house. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, just want to say thank you for watching my video until the end. So if you liked it, share it. Like my page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. Check out my blog. I try to put some things up there that you won't necessarily find on YouTube, especially if you'd rather read what I have to say than listen to me ramble for hours. I'm really appreciative of your support and watching videos, and especially watching them until the end. And, really supporting my work and supporting what I'm putting out there, because I take this very seriously and I really enjoy it, and I enjoy talking to you guys, and I enjoy engaging in this, and I enjoy just doing astrology and finding people who find just as much passion in it as I do. But check out what I have to offer. I definitely do it for you guys. So yeah, thanks again for watching, you guys.